Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com. And I'm so happy to be with you here today on day 3 of my week-long Facebook Lives. So I've got lots of demonstrations for you all week, and I say week-long, I mean Monday through Friday. If you are watching the replay, I would love for you to comment replay. And you know that on all my videos, when you share them and you reply in the comments that you've shared, you go into the drawing for that particular video. And I do drawings for every single one of my lives, which then get downloaded into YouTube. And so if you are watching from YouTube, I would love for you to just put in the comments replay. I would also love, if you're on YouTube, to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so that you get notified of when I will be going live. Or when I don't go live on YouTube yet. I just haven't wrapped my head around it. But when I post. So typically I will take my Facebook Lives and download them to YouTube. So that's a little bit of housekeeping. We are having major spring weather here in San Antonio, and it is really gorgeous. While we are kind of gathering, I'm going to show you a little bit of what we're doing tonight. And, you know, I love to kind of find those maybe sleeper items or something that people have overlooked and really go to town creating with it. And that's what we're going to do tonight. Now I am going to use this. This is one of the free products you can get. Only a week left, not even a week. I guess we are 6 days. Through the end of February, you can get this awesome stamp set. It's a cling rubber stamp set for free. With a $50 order, I do have a host code because I'm giving away the product packs that that I'm using this week on my Facebook Lives. So this is something that you can get for free. I'm actually going to pair it with some really cool specialty paper. But before I do that, I do like to review where we went before, and this is where we went last night, or actually I think we were on yesterday afternoon. So this is my super simple card. This is the one that people are going to make at my Saturday card class. This is the one you'll get a packet for. Now, the only thing we did here to change it up was we inked up the ribbon. So, and we did add the little flies down here. And so I really like this card. We ended up also kind of bringing it into super bright, lots of color by changing out the card base. All of these are free papers. So this is a free celebration paper. This is a free host paper. And of course, the stamp set that I used is a host reward free stamp set you can access. So I wanted to take this same card and kind of make it a little bit girly. So let me make sure that I'm in camera range. I haven't even checked. Make sure that I'm seeing what you're seeing and that we are all where I'm not posting on somebody else's page, that I'm not out of camera, like way over here or something. So I do, okay, there I am. Okay, here we go. So there was and this went up on my blog today. My blog is sweetstamper.com. And so you can go over there and you can see all the products I used. You can see all 3 versions. You can see the replay of the video if you're so inclined. So last night was my team meeting, and we meet on Zoom every month. And people come from all over. So we have, you know, people in various states and towns. And so I always reward my top 5 salespeople, and they get a really pretty card in the mail with a little gift. So I wanted to take this. I thought about just doing it like this. I thought, no, I'm going to make it a little bit more girly and just show another way to take this identical layout. Now, let's see, on my computer, I'm hung. Let's see. Am I frozen? Am I frozen? I hope not. Is it just frozen on my computer? Oh boy. let's see, my husband is on a Zoom meeting at the same time. He's on a Bible study on Zoom, and I think we're using a lot of bandwidth. Okay, I think I'm still here. Okay. Hey, Jackie. And Kay, welcome. And Corinne is already here, and Karen is in snowy Iowa. And welcome, welcome, ladies. So, as you can see, I took my masculine boy frog, and I did the frog, I stamped him exactly the same way, but I put various patterns from the Butterfly Kisses behind there, and I did end up using the flies, and so because I put the flies on there, the dragonfly was a little bit too much up there, so I moved him down. And I think all of these patterns are just super fun. Some of these are just the back side of the other one. And I did end up putting a little layer of Calypso Coral here because there's so much white in this designer paper that when you put the white frog down there, he just didn't show up at all. So those are going out to my top 5 sales girls, and one of them is going into my display board. So just to show you how you can take the same basic design and just change up a few things and get a totally different look. So I'm thinking this would be good for grandsons, this would be good for granddaughters. Anybody would smile. Okay, tonight I am focusing on something that may have escaped your notice, and that is this product right here called Like an Animal. Because it's a specialty paper, it doesn't have a stamp set that goes with it, it doesn't have coordinating embellishments or anything like that. So let me show you the paper and then where we're going to go with it. And actually, before I do that, let me show you. I got this in the mail yesterday. This was a super happy mail item. So Stampin' Up! Is really good about rewarding us and recognizing us for achievements. And I had been working to get my $500,000 sales milestone, and so they sent me this beautiful pen, and there is a little rhinestone for each 100,000, and so I have 4 of these pens. This is my 5th one, and it is super exciting. 500,000, $500,000 in stamps. That's crazy. So I wanted to share that with you because it's, you know, y'all are the ones that help me do this, and I so appreciate your support. You know, even if you're a demonstrator and you purchase under your own number, or if you have another demonstrator, you know, we support one another through enjoying the craft, promoting this amazing hobby. So, but I do have room on my team, and I would love to have you there. So we will talk more about that. Okay, let's look at this paper, Like an Animal paper. Now this is foiled paper, and you have a cheetah print, white and silver. Now the back side, look, it's more subdued, but it's all neutral. So really versatile patterns, and not just for the guys, but you could do some great masculine cards. Look at that giraffe print. And the other side, much more natural. This one is just kind of the wild card because it's definitely not an animal print. It's almost like fish scales. And then there's the back. And then here we have more like, I don't know, I think this is more like a lizard print to me. And then there's the back. And then we have I think this is kind of a zebra print, or as the Brits say, a zebra print. And there's the back. And then there's the cheetah print. And there's the back. Now, I knew I had to have this. My granddaughter is my oldest grandchild. She's turning 13 in April, and I knew she is a huge fan of big cats and wildlife in particular, in general, but cheetahs in particular. So I thought it's a snake print. Yeah, okay, Terry Lynn, I think you're absolutely right. This is not lizard; it's snake, because it reminds me of boots that you can get here in Texas. You know. We have a lot of snakes in Texas. Okay, moving on. Let me show you. I did 3 cards, and these are on a display board, and I was trying to not take them off. When my weekend retreats are run Friday through Sunday, and we did one in January, and the Thursday people always get an extra card. So Thursday is an add-on day, And so these are the cards that they got, everything to make these cards, highlighting this paper. And these cards were really popular. And I paired this with the great, fantastic greetings from, I think it's called Enjoy the Journey, Greatest Journey, the one with the mountains and everything in the spring catalog. So I love the greetings. And this shows you how just super simple, highlighting the paper, great cards for the guys, great cards for the girls, really, really versatile cards. So let's see where we're going to go tonight. This is the card that we're making at my Saturday card class, and this is the card kit that will come in the mail to you. Again, I have a host code, and these are for orders that are taken through Sunday, because I've got to get those in the mail to you next week. So I thought this was a fun way to really showcase the paper. And I love this greeting. Courage is being really scared and doing it anyway. And I'm thinking, yeah, when you have wildlife prints, that kind of goes with being scared and having courage. Because if that cheetah was coming after me, yeah, I would definitely need some courage. Or if that snake was coming after me, Lord have mercy. I do not like snakes. So let's see where we can go, and we're going to make just a tiny little change and see where it takes us. So I am taking, this is Coastal Cabana cardstock, and beautiful, beautiful blue. Now, before I attach this to the Early Espresso cardstock, what I'm going to do, and I don't think, did I not bring it over here? We're going to try adding a little ink to this. We are going to get our blending brush out, and we are going to add some ink. And I think I forgot to, no, there's my blending brush. Okay. Get a little bit of scrap paper. And let's see what will happen when we add a little bit of ink to this really pretty animal print. You know, the animal prints, especially with this gold, they're very elegant. And because I'm using, this is Coastal Cabana cardstock, this is Pool Party ribbon. I'm using the Pool Party, and I'm just going to ink this up a little bit, and I'm going to add a little bit of color. And I don't even think I'm going to like color the whole thing in. I mean, this is really just kind of something in my head at the moment. But let's just see where we go with it. I think like a swath of color kind of down diagonally and down the center is going to be kind of fun. And I don't want it to be super dark because I could build the color by adding more, but I think that's going to be enough. Yes, you know, it's funny you say that, Corinne. Corinne said this reminds her of Lisa Frank paper, because yes, you can add, there's other people adding color to this, and grab a tissue. My granddaughter, that is the big cat lover, her mother is my daughter, and she was a huge Lisa Frank fan when she was young, so that would be a fun thing to share with her. Now, because this foil resists the color, it will sit on top, and so I want to do that because I will get a little bit of color coming off. I don't want that color to rub off on my hands or on somebody, you know, that I send this card to. So let's see if we're going to like this effect. What I wanted to do was leave this one as is, so let's go ahead and stick this one down. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Gail, and for sharing my video. Thank you, thank you. So these are 4x3 designer series paper pieces, and I'm matting them on 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. I do like this layout. Anytime you have designer series paper that you're wanting to really showcase, this is a good way to, I mean, I'm able to do 2 patterns here, and I'm going to strategically place, I want more of the gold showing and not so much of the white. So I'm just going to lay that like so. Now, let's see, do we like this or do we not? So adding that little bit of color versus this one, I like that. I think it looks cool. It's just kind of, it's different. I like them both. So thank you for sharing, Terry Lynn. I appreciate that. So, you know, you could turn this over and see how much bolder that becomes. But I'm going to stick with my elegant look. I can tell you, here in Texas, you go to some of these fancy do's, events and things, and you will see ladies in really glamorous animal prints, because that is just the Texas way. And Coastal Cabana is a very elegant color, so I felt like that would be a really good fit to just showcase all these neutral colors. Now, this is the Pool Party Grow Grain ribbon. This is in the mini catalog. And I'm going to just bring that like so and tie a little knot here. So we're only doing a little tiny change here. I think for my Saturday class, I think I'm going to put the ink and the blender brush out and let people kind of go to town with it if they want to. Or if they want to just leave it as is, they can do that. I do like giving people options. In all my classes, whether I'm doing them by mail or whether I'm doing them in person, I like people to have creative options, because that's part of what we love about our card making, is being able to change things up, put our own little spin on it. Sometimes we love it just the way it's designed and we're like, I don't want to change anything. But sometimes it's like, well, I don't know, I could do a little something else here and have fun with it. So let's just trim those off so you can see. You could put any greeting there. I mean, you could put happy birthday, you could put thinking of you, all kinds of things. So Terry Lynn likes my swath of blue. Thank you. I am going to take a label that I have cut from the Something Fancy labels, and I have my Early Espresso ink. I could use black here. I think I used black on my original, but I think I'm going to use Early Espresso. It's a little bit softer than the black, and it also is going to tie in with that that cardstock surround, little mat. Courage is being really scared and doing it anyway. I mean, I think that this sentiment goes to a lot of different things. I have a couple of friends right now who are going through cancer treatment, and I think this would be a card that's very appropriate for that. Okay, let's put a couple of dimensionals on it, and I'm going to put dimensionals at the top and at the bottom. I don't want to put them over my ribbon because, yeah, the ribbon on the dimensionals makes things a little bit wonky. So Jackie likes the color too. Well, thank you. And I did kind of resist adding tons of color because I hadn't actually thought about the Lisa Frank correlation, but yeah, I didn't want that look. I wanted a soft, elegant look, and there I have it. Now I have a couple of options for, I wanted to just tie in again because I have a lot of neutral here, a lot of gold and Early Espresso and crumb cake and white. So I wanted to bring in, I think these are actually from the Desert Suite, Iridescent Pastel Gems. You see that right there? That right there is the color I am looking for. So when I went to get these out, because these are the ones I've already started using, they were in the package where I had left over from the holiday catalog some of these rhinestones, and look how pretty those would look too. So let me show you. I'm trying to remember which sequence this is from. Look at that iridescence. Isn't that pretty? So if you have those lying around, I'm going to actually use these because that way I'll have a second sample in my bucket for my people on Saturday. And that way they're not confused as to, you know, as demonstrators, sometimes people get hung up on, you know, whether I can use something in a class that's retired or not. And, you know, the main reason that we don't want to use retired things in a class is because people can't order them anymore. They're unavailable, and people fall in love with things in our class, and then you have to say, well, sorry, you can't get that. sorry, you missed the boat. So, you know, I'm in favor of providing less frustration for people than more, because card making is our happy place. So I don't really want to have people be frustrated. So there we go. Courage is being really scared and doing it anyway. So here's my first version. Here's my second version. Slight difference, but just adding a little bit of ink. I think they're both fun. They're both fun to make. And this is the kit that you will get in the mail when you place an order using my host code. Between now and Sunday, you also get the frog kit from yesterday, and then I'm going to show you a couple tomorrow. So this is the frog kit. And really, we're kind of on a roll here with, I don't know, kind of, this could be a gender neutral card if you just flipped the paper over and didn't make it so glamorous. If you used the softer, more dull side, I think it would be a guy card in a heartbeat. And then I may or may not even use the ribbon if I were doing it for a guy. So I am putting these on my blog. So typically they will show up the next day. So like the frog cards are already on my blog from yesterday. And so they showed up on my blog today. And that way, again, you can see everything that was done. And then this is the card. My animal print card will go up for tomorrow. I'll start working on that tonight. I did want to show you briefly, because when I did my frog cards, Terry Lynn, I think you're getting one of these. So my top 5 are getting one of these girly frog cards. And this is the paper. So this is the Butterfly Kisses paper, super vibrant, bright, great for spring, you know. It's really good for this time of year. It has all of our newer in colors in it. Now for me, the stamp set and the dies, they're just not my style. This is a swap card and I think it's super cute, but this is just not my style, but I love the paper. This piece right here is probably my favorite piece, but I really like the way this enabled me to kind of make these little frog cards more girly with the exact same design. So that is it for tonight. I sure thank you for tuning in. Don't forget that I have a host code going, and don't forget also, where's my celebration brochure is, right in front of me. Don't forget, we have only 6 days left of this join special. Now I'm going to be using this, what I call the mini boss, the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. That's a lot for me to say. You can get this for free. And this is perfect when you place an order, a starter kit order. You can choose $175 of whatever you want, only pay $129, and that includes, you get this kit, this mini boss in there as well. So the mini cut and emboss does everything the big one does. It's a smaller version. So you have to use smaller dies and smaller embossing folders. Having said that, a lot of our dies work with the mini. And it's a perfect machine if you are just starting out with your paper crafting and you need a die cutting machine. It's also perfect if you already do a lot of paper crafting and you want one of these to sit on your desk, or if you want to be able to, like I have a studio upstairs, sometimes I'm working downstairs, or like if you go to crops and retreats and you want to be able to take a little machine with you to put on your desk, it's perfect for that. So make sure that you put together a $175 shopping list, and I will help you put it in and pay either $99 and get all of that for free, or you can bump it up to $129 and get the machine as well as the $175 of products. So whether you're just starting out or whether you're an avid crafter or somewhere in between, this is an incredible deal. And there's no obligation. There's no downside to this. You know, there's no stamping police to come out and say, you know, you haven't done this, that, and the other. No, you don't have to do videos. You don't have to do classes. You don't even have to tell anybody you're a demonstrator. I mean, I encourage you to tell, you know, your husband, but just tell him you got a starter kit. You don't have to tell him you're a demonstrator. So Paulina, I'm glad that you like the paper. Yeah, I think that this has a lot of elegance and really swift. You know, when you have paper this pretty, you just want to let it shine. You want to let it do its work. Let it show off and really kind of take someone's breath away. Because I guarantee you, you put this in the mail to somebody, when they open it up, they know this card was not made in China by a mass factory. This was made by hand, and it was actually made by your hands. So that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back here tomorrow. I think I'm on at 2 o'clock tomorrow because I have another meeting tomorrow night. And in the meantime, take care and God bless.